everyone, this is Sohini from Dabble Lab, and today, before I begin, I think my screen's scattered. Yeah, that's better now. So, hi, hello everyone. I hope you had a great week. And what's trending before we get started? I would love to spend some time just talking about what's going on and maybe wait for some of us to join and maybe just do a audio check and check how everything's going on. So if someone's watching me right now, if you can let me know in the chats, the comments on the live chat, if my audio is clear, because I don't know, sometimes my microphone gives away some static noise. So let me know if that's clear. And I just increased my background music a bit today. So if it's very much loud, you can let me know. I will just decrease it. But yeah, the last time I was rewatching my video, I just found out that the background music is never heard. And I always work hard to just play a big playlist of cool music that's not gonna bore you. So, hi Brito, thanks for joining. Can you let me know, Brito, if the audio and all the other stuff, if it's okay? And is the background music too loud? Can you let me know? I would just get started with your response. So yeah. Okay, I'm audible. Okay, and okay, fine. Then I will just go ahead. Just give me 1 second. Okay. So today my internet connection isn't doing good. So there might be a point where there's some of my frames get lost. In that case, I apologize from the beginning, but you'd be able to check that out because I would pause for that so that you don't skip a word. So yeah. Alright, so today we're gonna do a lot of VS Code. The Ask extension we'd be starting from setting that up, and we'd be going through how you can create a skill in that, how you can call a skill locally, how you can test your skill. I think that's the new feature, because normally this Ask toolkit for VS Code, this was present from a long time. So this, but they didn't have the test code functionality. That's the new thing that they did on 2020 around November, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, and then we be doing that today. And we'll also do how to replay your sessions, and you can have a look at that. So we'll talk about all of these in detail, and later when we finish up all of these, we'd just randomize some of our Alexa's responses, which isn't something very huge, because I just wanted to balance two topics today. So I think VS Code's gonna be a bit larger and heavy topic, and so I just thought to just do a little bit of randomizing the response, which is gonna be a bit less heavy, and it's gonna be very light. So I kind of balanced it that way. So that's it. But should we wait for some more time for others to join, or just tell me something? Have you, whoever you're watching me right now, my dear viewers, have you had a chance to take a look at Clubhouse? So I think it's only iOS supported. So I'm in a real problem. So I don't have a iPhone. So how am I gonna set that up? How am I gonna use that? So that's something that's going on in my head. But I'm sure they're gonna come up with something for that. I really hope so. Okay, so I think we should get started, and if you have any questions, as usual, like the other days, you can ask me the live chats. Okay, so I would begin this now. Okay, so oops. Yeah. So as I said about what we're gonna do today, so that's the topic of our stream today. So the first thing that we're gonna do today is just the VS Code extension, Ask extension setup, as I said. Then we're gonna do this, as I said, and by the end of it, we're gonna do this. So the randomization wouldn't just take a long time. So when I say randomize, I mean like, let's say I have a skill that's gonna be used by someone for a daily basis, and they're coming and using my skill every day, but my skill gives out the same response: hey there, this is Alexa talking to you. And the other day again, it's hey there, this is Alexa talking to you. So I would want to change hey to hi, welcome, good day, or let's say hello. So so it's gonna be random. So you can have that in a day format, or maybe you can have that for just, if you just happen to use that skill for multiple times, then it's gonna give you multiple greetings. Sometimes it's gonna say hi, sometimes it's gonna say hello. So that's how it's gonna come out, so that you don't have to listen to the same response every day. So that is what I'm gonna do today. When I come to randomize the Alexa skills response, and that's gonna be very small, and as I said, that's gotta be lightweight. So that's the agenda for today. I just thought to maybe jot that out in just this point so that it's easier for you to collect what we're gonna do today and be clear about it. So let's get started with the VS Code Ask extension setup. So I would hey, old and sad, what's your name? You're watching from UK, it's your first time. I'm glad that you're here, and today we're gonna do a couple of Alexa skill, not a couple of, we're gonna do an Alexa skill that uses the VS Code Ask extension, and we're gonna test that skill and see how it's working, and then we're gonna just randomize the response of a basic Alexa skill using just a few lines of code. So that's what our agenda is for today. Thanks for joining. Can I have your good name? Old and sad. Hi Shubham, thanks for joining. Okay, so now at this point we're gonna get started with setting up the VS Code Ask extension in our VS Code. So the first thing that we're gonna do is open our VS Code. So I have something open up in my VS Code already. So this is gonna be it. The other day, someone just told me that my code wasn't visible. I'm really sorry for that, because I just don't get to know if my code is visible or not. So what I expect is for you to let me know if it's visible. So normally what you're gonna do is go to your extensions market, and then what you can do is you can just search for the Alexa skills kit, and this is it, and you can install it. So for me it's in here, but it's not installed as I uninstalled it. So you can install it, and it just this just gets installed in a couple of seconds. So yeah, and once you've installed this, you're gonna watch this coming up on the left side of your VS Code. So now you can open this, and it's gonna give you three prompts, what are these called, options. So one is to create a skill, or you can download and edit skill. So when it says download and edit skill, it means you can download an existing skill from your Amazon Alexa developer console. So that is what it means. Let's say you're working on a skill, and now you want to work on that using your VS Code. So you can just download it and just pull it from your console inside of your VS Code, and just do the rest. And then when it says open local skill, which means that let's say you have a skill download it in your local machine. Because I do that most of the times. What I do is I just write down the code and set up a skill, and then download the entire package, which involves the lambda, the everything, the voice, the what's that, all the interaction models, the language models, the JSON and everything, and then I just push it on my GitHub. So that's what I do. I'm not sure how my connection is today, because my video and stuff could be blurred. I'm really sorry if that is the case, because my connection isn't stable today. I'm sorry for that. And also, just a second, I will just yeah, I just decreased my background music, because that can be louder. Okay. So once you've installed this, we're gonna get started by creating a skill. So we'll just hit on, let's just check how we're gonna do that. So I think we followed these steps. We visited the VS Code marketplace, and we installed it. We installed the S toolkit. I just did all this animation stuff. I like Keynote, but I messed up with presenting it, so I'm sorry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the next step, that is create, deploy, test, and replay a skill session within the VS Code Ask extension. So for that, we're gonna follow a couple of steps. So the first one is we have to make sure that we have the Ask SDK installed. Now, Ask SDK has got some of extra things, like you've got the Ask Core model. You also got the S3 persistence adapters package. You can install that as well, but primarily you don't need those. So normally, to have the VS Code set up with your code running and just be available to test, for that you can just have the Ask SDK installed. That's it. And to do that, you can just follow this command, and once you've done that, you can test it locally in your terminal by just scan version, just that. I will show that to you. So if you're building or practicing or exercising with me today, you can do it right now with this command. So that's going to be the first step, and this is going to be the second steps, which we are going to do. So the second thing is you're going to install these two commands, these two packages inside of your Lambda. So this is for your skill to be able to perform testing locally. You need these two packages. It's important, it's mandatory, it's essential, and it's all the important words. It's very important. So you gotta do this. This is another priority step. After this, you're gonna create the launch.json, which we're gonna do, and inside of that we're gonna add configurations. So these configurations could be depending upon your SDK, which could be Python or which could be Node.js. So yeah, you will get those options. I will show you. We do this. I'm just covering up the agenda, how we're gonna do these steps. So if you're willing to do this later, you can have a screenshot of this. And the fourth thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna start debugging. And debugging, this debug session, what happens initially in this is a WebSocket gets created, and our skill actually uses this WebSocket to connect to the Alexa proxy service. And this session is active only for 1 hour. So in this 1 hour, you're gonna get loads of time to do skill testing. Now, don't get confused with your sessions. What's that called? Like normally, a session gets ended when you try to invoke a skill and you're not responding for a lot of time. It gets ended. But this is not that. This 1 hour is for invoking that skill as many number of times you wish to. So you can just invoke that skill, let's say 10 times, 20 times. In that 1 hour, you can do it as many as times. But this is different than what the normal timeout session timeout is for Alexa skill. So don't confuse between these two. If you have any confusions, you can ask me, but never confuse these two. So these are the couple of steps that we're going to follow today. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this. And of course, I'd smile. I'll not give a foul face. And if you do, just joking. So yeah, these are the steps that we're gonna follow. So before I get to the next slide, we'll just follow this part and do it. Okay, so let me see if I have any questions. Hi Kartike, thanks for joining. I hope you are enjoying today's session. If you have any question, you can let me know and keep interacting. Also, to the new viewers and old viewers, I'm still stressed with Clubhouse. If you have any thoughts on what they should do for the Android users, you can let me know in the chats, because I'd love to have a partner talking to me about the flow in Clubhouse. So yeah. Okay, so now let's get back to our VS Code, and what I'm gonna do is first let me just go to terminal. I would open a new terminal. 1 second. Okay, so now I'm gonna check the version for ask. Yeah, so that's it. My Ask SDK is quite installed. That's why it gave me the version. So if it's not installed for you, and if you're gonna set up your VS Code for now or for future purpose, then you're gonna need to use this command. So I will copy paste this in the chat. Yeah, so you can just use this command to install Ask. And later, what I'm gonna do is just copy paste these because I wouldn't just manually type them. So now what I'm gonna do is, so we were at this phase where we were installing this extension. Now we've installed it, so I would just opt out of this and go and create a skill. Now let's say, what's gonna be the name of the skill? Let's say VS Code demo. Okay, so that's going to be the name of our skill, and our language is going to be English US. It's going to be custom. See, everything is in here just like it's in your console. I will just remove this so that it's yeah. Is the screen okay, is it visible now? Because I don't know how to zoom this part. How to zoom this part? If you can just let me know if this this is visible now. The content is visible now. Is it? Shubham, Kartike, anybody? Okay, I'm assuming it is. Okay, so I think you're talking about the presentation screen. The keynote screen. Oh, command prompt was not visible. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I just, okay, wait, I will show that. So what I did is, but how do I increase the font of command prompt? Okay, it's just gonna be this. Okay, command plus. Oh, cool. So is my command prompt screen visible now? So I just did this basic just ask version, and then I just found out that my version is this. So yeah, this is what I was willing to do. Thanks for pointing that out, Shubham, because you know, when the stream goes on, it's possible for me to make changes, but when it's over and someone just tells me about it, I really fall into thoughts. How am I gonna cover this up? Okay, so we were in here, and this is gonna be Alexa hosted. It's gonna be Node.js, and you have to select a local directory, because that's where your skill is gonna get saved. So here you'll select choose folder, and you will go to desktop. This is where I would save it, and I would just open this. So now I will create the skill, and this is gonna take some time. So the skill is getting created, so we gotta wait for some seconds. and this might ask me to log in. Sometimes this might ask you to log in. It would. See, if you are using this for the first time, it would ask you to log in. I can say that for sure. But I have a feeling that the skill is gonna fail. It's stuck at this part. Let me just get back to my console. Okay, so what's that? Yeah, Alexa developer console. Let me check the... Okay, so now you can see in here, so this is the full build is successful, so it's getting built. So this is one of the great things of this, that you can constantly keep checking this out in your developer console. So just like you remember when I use the skilltemplates.com's deployer, so we can constantly track the progress. If your developer console is open, you can keep checking what's happening. So that's one good thing. So yeah. Okay, so this skill is built, and you will get this prompt that the VS Code demo was successfully created. So that's good for all of us. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just expand this, and here these are the options that you can follow, but we already created a new skill, so that's quite not important. And this part, the manage account profiles, what you do in here is you can have more than one account. You can have more than one developer accounts in Amazon's developer console, which I do. I have a company's account, I have a Dabble Labs account, and I have a personal account. Excuse me. So so here I have these options. So by default it's my Dabble Labs account, so that's how it took this automatically, and it just created the skill in my Dabble Lab account. So now what I'm gonna do is get out of this, open expand Lambda, and what I'm gonna do is I will open a terminal. Where's that? Here it is. And that's the terminal. The terminal screen could be I'm not sure how to increase the rating of this part. Let me just do command ++ now. Oh yeah, I hope my terminal screen is visible. So we are inside of this now, so we'd go inside of Lambda. As I said, we would install the rest of the two packages. Yeah, this one. So as I said, we'd be just a sec. Yeah, so we'd be just installing these two packages. One is the npm install save as SDK model, and the SDK local debug. So we'd be installing these two, both of this inside of our Lambda of our skill that we just created, for our skill to be able to enable testing, so that we can test our skill in our VS Code. Else, if we do not follow this step, it will not be possible. So I just thought to warn you about it. Now we're gonna get back to VS Code, and I will just copy this. Command C. I will paste it in here. Okay. Then I will just copy this. Command C again and paste it in here. Cool, so that's installed. So once you've done this, now we can just where's that? So yeah, you can just recheck that in here. So you will find all of these are just, oh sorry. Yeah, so now you can check that the Ask SDK local debug is installed. This is the dependency that we just did. And we had this installed, and it just installed this that we just, where is it? Yeah, this one. So that's it. So we installed all of it. Now we're gonna come out of package.json and we're gonna close this, and we're inside of Lambda now. So the next step that we're gonna do is, where's the, here you go. So for this skill you will find all the options in here. So now when you go to test skill, this is you have to first do an important step which we haven't yet. So what we'll do is just be in here, and we'll go to, oops, yeah, we'll go in here and we're gonna add configuration. So that's gonna be the Node.js, and that's it. So this launch.json is the important part of our skill. So we're gonna just remove this part, and that's it. Now it gives you an option to add configuration. So now I will do this. So as I said, you have options for the configuration. It can be Node.js, it can be Python. So I would do just Node.js, and here you have options to select the region, and you got to be very careful at this part. So if you're a part of some other region, you got to select that. So I would do North America because that's it normally. And what I'm going to do is Command S, and then the next step is I would go to run and I would start debugging. Okay, so now it's in debug mode. So this is how we started it. So now what's happening is, so now what's happening is a WebSocket is connecting this to the Alexa proxy service, and this session is open for 1 hour, and you're free to do as many as number of times you're free to multiple testing for your skill right now. So once you've done this, then you can just go in here and you can stop debugging. So now that we've got this started, let's go and test the skill out. So we just did a very basic skill. So we're gonna test that out just to see if that's working. So for that, what we're gonna do is click on this again, and then we'll have all these options in here. So we will just open the simulator. I will lower this now. I would also put this off. So now we have the skill stage is off. So we're gonna turn this to development, and this is gonna be English US. And what's the name of the skill? VS Code demo, right? VS Code demo. Let's see. Yay! So that's working. So now we're gonna say hello, and it's gonna say hello world. So do we have any questions so far? Any questions? I hope this was quite clear. So what's happening in here is, so the one big thing, the one big flaw of this extension is you cannot hear Alexa speaking this stuff out. So it's just gonna be the prompts coming up in writing. So there's gonna be no audio for this. So this is how it's gonna be. And also I can see I've got a couple of viewers right now. So to all of you, if you're really liking this stuff, please do not forget to hit a like, subscribe if you're new, and do share this video with your friends and family and people who are willing to learn stuff and who are quite interested in the voice first world and everything that we're doing. I am keeping an eye on the likes. I can just see 2 likes, sadly. If you really are interested and if you're really finding this interesting, do not forget to hit a like. That's gonna motivate me and my team. So yeah. Okay, so that was one of the utterances that I ran. I will now tell you how to just replay this. So as you see, I have just passed in only one utterance, two utterance, the launch utterance, and then a hello. So now if I just keep testing the skill out for more number of times, or if I just do stuff, and let's say I am in a company and I have to show people a demo of this, how it's working. So that's one good feature in here. You can export all of this, and later you can play that and you can see all of them just coming up automatically. So we're gonna do that, but before that, let's now come to randomizing the skill. So I hope we're clear so far. We understood how to set up and how to test the skill. So we're done till here, we're clear till here. So the next thing that we're gonna do is randomize the Alexa responses. So randomize in terms of, as I said in the beginning, so let's say someone says, "Hey Sohini," but I would not be interested to hear that "Hey Sohini" from that person every time he sees me. I would feel, oh my god, is that a robot? So what is that person gonna say? So she can say, or he can say, "Hi Sohini," and after 2 hours they can say, "Hello Sohini," and let's say after 2 days they can say, "Good day Sohini." So it's gonna be 3 different greeting every time I meet that person. So that makes us feel more realistic. So we will try this little stuff in our basic skill today, because as I said, I didn't want to do a skill template for today because we always do that. So I just wanted to do something different, quite different. So I think we're gonna do that today. But I hope we're quite clear on the testing and setting up of the VS Code extension. And I see 5 likes. Thank you so much for the love and support, and I feel so good this point of time. Okay, so now I'll come back, and where do I go? I go to this. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna edit the code, then we're gonna learn how you can deploy a code locally, and then we're gonna learn how to test that out in here, and then finally we're gonna learn how to export this session so that you can replay it later. Okay, so we're gonna open this, and let's just keep this untouched. Let's just keep the simulate skill tab untouched, and let's come out of launch.json and let's get inside of Lambda. So we've got index.js and Lambda, and let the let's the debug mode be on. So now in this, what we're gonna do is I would come to index.js, and here I would create a variable that's gonna be greetings, and this would be an array of all the greetings. Say some of the greetings. What do you say somebody when you meet them? Hi, hello, or what else? In India we say namaste. We say namaste. What do you say? Or what do you usually say, just address somebody when you meet them? Let's say good day. What else? Hey there. Yeah. Namaste. I knew Shubha would say that. But I just did namaste before that. So yeah, I know. I expect my dear Indians, everyone's dear. Hey Chuck, I wasn't expecting you. Thanks for joining in. All good. So we're doing a lot of VS Code stuff, and maybe Shubham would tell you what we're doing today. Let's make this interactive. You can just type in what we did so far, and then I can tell you what we're doing. But thanks for joining in, Chuck. I know you had a busy schedule, so I have got these regular visitors who just keep coming to my streams, and I feel so thankful to all of you. Thanks for being my constant support. That makes me feel good every time. Okay, so this is gonna be a variable that I'm gonna be accessing inside of my launch handler. So this welcome that you see in here, I would be randomizing this word. so that it feels real every time someone is coming in and using the skill. So so the next time when I open the skill, it's gonna say hi, you can say hello or help and blah blah blah. Or you can say namaste, you can say hello or help, what would you like to try? So that's how it's gonna be. So what we're gonna do is we have initialized the greetings out of the launch request handler. Then we're gonna get inside of this and create something called response. So inside of this, we're gonna randomize it. Okay, so greetings, and then we're gonna do is my what's that called, internet connection creating issue? Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, so oops, sorry, because today I don't know what's wrong with my network connection. So 1 second. Random into, we're gonna do greetings. My frames are dropping. I'm not sure if it's still dropping, but if it does, I'm really sorry. Did we close the bracket? Oh yeah, we did. So just a semicolon. So this response is gonna contain this. So we're just using the math function and the random function. And this is it. Did I just, yeah, I just did it right. So now I will just keep this inside of a tilde so that I can just hold on. I would just, so I will remove welcome, and maybe we can keep welcome inside of the array, because we can just include that as well. This is gonna be, what's it, response. So we can keep an welcome in here as well. And I think, yeah, I think this is gonna work right. So now at this point of time, okay, there's no issue. That's what Shubham says. Okay, so at this point of time, what we just did is we wrote the code, but we can just, what we can do is we can just save it locally. But now this is not deployed. So for that, what you're gonna do is, I will tell you where you're gonna fall in trouble. So now if you open this, and if you go to deploy skill, now you can just refresh to update the status. So this is gonna come up correct, and the next part is gonna come up correct as well. Okay, but this part, let me just check one thing. Oops, I just didn't do something right. Sorry. So sorry. Yeah, so now this part, where'd it go? So this is something that you gotta make sure that you do. So you have to add this and commit this locally for this to be deployed and then tested. So for that, what we're gonna do is, how do I lift this up? Go to terminal, and we're gonna do, oops, we're gonna do just the GitHub comment, git add a, then we're gonna do git commit, and that's what I use for GitHub. And let's say we just random function used. Okay, so now see, it just got ticked in instantly. I'm not sure if you just noticed that. But this just happened instantly. So this is what it's this is how it happens, and this is the coolest part. So now if you look at this, it's done. So this button becomes blue, but unless this one gets checked or verified, this is gonna be just normal. It's not gonna be deploy in build. So this is gonna be disabled, this button. So now you're gonna click on deploy and build, So now this is going to take a couple of seconds. Do we have any questions still here? Okay, now I will tell Chuck what we were doing. So we are working on the VS Code extension. So we started with installing the VS Code Ask extension from the VS Code Marketplace. We got that set up locally with all the dependencies. And then what did we do? We created a skill inside of our VS Code using the Ask extension. And after that, we kind of tested it by just adding configurations to our launch.json. And post that, we tried to randomize our skill. That's what we were doing when you just joined. And right now we're trying to deploy the changes that we made, and we're deploying this locally. So this is gonna be done locally. And to anyone who's just joined in, if you really like the content of this stream, do not forget to hit a like and show me some support. And you can also subscribe. I would love to see some new subscriptions. And you can share this video, share the link to this live stream with your friends and people who are interested to learn about such stuff. So yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I'm happy to update you, Chuck. I would love to do that again and again. So now this is taking some little bit of time to just deploy. And then we're gonna do the interesting thing. So now what's gonna happen is we're gonna invoke the skill again and again in our testing console, and then we're gonna export that session and then replay it. So when you do a show and tell, that will look great. Hooray, it says the skill build is succeeded. So that's a great news. So now what we can do is get back to our simulator. I think our debug is still on. So we're still debugging. It's still running. So now what we're gonna do is invoke the skill again. VS Code was that demo. Oh, I think I messed up with the or maybe I can just let me check the things. Was the code right? Oh, it is. It's gonna be the response. Was it greetings? Yeah, I think the code is right. I don't think there's an issue with the code. And okay, no worries. Maybe what we can do is just find out, maybe just do the simulator thing once again. We'll just open the simulator again and try. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now let's check what's happening. So I think the oh so that's a crazy but funny thing. I think it worked now. So this is unexpected. This isn't supposed to happen. So now it says hello world, or let's say launch VS Code demo. But where's the launch intent? Okay, so I think there's some issue with the launch intent. Did I? This is speak output. I randomized it. Let me try this on the, what's that? In my console. then we can find out what's the problem probably, because you know, you never know what's really happening. So yeah. That's gonna tell us what the issue is. But let's just hold on to it. So VS Code demo. And let's see if the changes have been deployed successfully, because that could be the reason. Oh, it is. Okay. And this is also right. Now let's see what it gives in the... So it's taking some time. I don't think there's an issue with the code. There's some issue with something that I am not thinking about. Is it the network issue? No? Why isn't it opening up? Okay, now let me test. If you have any thoughts on what's happening, you can let me know. You might know what's the probable error for this. That'll be great. So this is strange, funny that it's taking more than the normal time to open this. Let's say open this code demo. Or maybe we just stop debugging this session and then do it. That might be a probable... Okay, so it's not debugging. Otherwise it would have said stop debugging. Is that the problem? Okay, so now we are already debugging. Let's just check what's happening in the... Can we check CloudWatch logs? No, through VS Code you can't. I don't know, there's some issue with the testing simulator. Do you see this? It's constantly... so maybe what we can do is stop this part. So this should be active as well. That's how you stop a debug session, but unfortunately I can't see that. So let's just try now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I just did a testing of this skill this morning. So maybe I would like to open that skill and check what's happening, if that is giving me issues with the testing console. So local logs, well, that's the one thing that I've completely skipped out. I haven't checked if we can get some local logs. Just look at this. It's not... This is strange. This is weird. Just a second, Shubham. Let me just give this a try. If this works, then I gotta understand there's some issue with my... Yeah, so it's connecting. It's... Just look at this. It's connecting. Can anyone, if you are out there, can you just open your Alexa simulator and test if any of your skill, if you're able to test any of it? Because this is weird. It's not working. I don't know what's this. Let me just yeah, it's strange. It's very strange. Let me just give this another try. This is bad. This was unexpected. Anyway, so I think there's some issue that with Amazon's developer console itself. Let me see if any of my other skills are working. What was that? Okay, let's say this one. Let's see if this is working. So was the invocation name of this template 1. Okay, so even if this doesn't work, then we have to understand there's some issue. It worked in North America. That's good, Frank. Good to know that. I'm part of India. I'm not sure what's this, but I think you can clearly see that this is quite strange. I opened one of my other skills and tried to test it. It's not working. I would get back and try one more skill. Or maybe should I try this? But actually, even if I change my browser, it's not gonna work, because you saw that in the VS Code. It didn't work in there as well. So I don't know what's this issue. No idea. Anyone from India, can you check this? Might be the issue with the server, because I know it's weird. But okay, Frank says that his local debug skill worked, but my normal Lambda skill is not working either. Yeah, I think, but do you realize one thing? This timing, why did it have just have to have this problem at this time when I was streaming? I mean, we were doing fine, right? I just really wanted to show you all this demo. But anyways, I think what should I do? What should be the plan? Should I drop off, say bye-bye, or because none of my skill is working. Thanks for the testing, Frank. You really saved my soul today. I was wondering there might be some issue from my end. What's this? This is a skill that we did the other stream day, the other Friday. It's not working either. That's bad. It's really bad. I'm so sorry, viewers, but this wasn't expected. Anyways, what else can I do if this isn't working? So I think we're gonna drop off today with this half-done stuff. But I would pop up. What should I do? Should I pop up late night again once this, or maybe actually I am doing a couple of tutorials, so that those are gonna come up throughout the next couple of weeks. So all you gotta do is stay tuned so that you can get to see them, and then I'll be able to show you the demo. But definitely my code has got no flaw. So the code is absolutely right, because there's just 3 lines of code and this cannot be wrong at all. Plus, not because it's just 3 lines of code. Yeah, the console is buggy today. Absolutely, Chuck. I agree. The first thing that I'm gonna do is after the stream ends, I'm gonna go tweet, and all of you, please retweet that. I'm gonna ask Amazon what's up. Okay, so I think I gotta end this today. I have no options. I cannot show you a demo. I haven't done the local debugging through the terminal, the ask command line interface. I haven't done that. the one that Frank just said is working. So I wish, because I am not quite sure how to do that, else I would have shown a demo using that. But definitely not a problem. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna come up with a couple of tutorials and you can check them out about whatever we did today. So that's gonna help you. Alrighty, but yeah, this never happened, so I'm quite sad, but I can't help it. Once more maybe. This is the last try. Come on. No, it's not gonna work. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to share for today, and I hope that my discussions added some value, and I hope the things that I wanted to share today helped all of you somehow. And as I said, I'm really sorry that I couldn't just come up with a demo. This wasn't expected. This wasn't this, I had a desire for this as well. But yeah, again, I'm gonna come back next Friday. You can find me on Twitter on the username that you can see below, the Sohini. And yeah, I just wanted to do the because I normally do the skill templates. So I just wanted to do some VS Code today. And definitely, if you like this video, please share this and please subscribe and please hit a like on the like button below. And we're gonna catch up again next Friday, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. And forgive me for the flaws today, and keep an eye on the tutorials that come out of Dabble Lab every Fridays and Mondays, because that's how my series of tutorials are gonna come up for the VS Code toolkit. And we are just getting smarter every day. So if you have anything new for me, do let me know that as well in my LinkedIn and Twitter. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next Friday again. Till then, have a great rest of the weekend. And if it's morning for you, good morning. If it's night time for you, then good night. Bye bye.